Hello everybody and welcome back to the Matrix Parthenia commentary with me, Skully the Metalhead. We're out of the filler and, well, we've been out of the We've been out of the filler for a month now. I think? Yeah, we are. What this part is the Merovingian's chateau, house, a home away from home, I don't know, maybe his summer house. Either way, this is a fancy looking place, so what better thing to do than just to kick the shit out of a bunch of goths. Which also includes Asian guy. But, yeah, for those of you wondering what we're doing here, is that basically Morpheus, Neo, and Trinity are in search of the Keymaker, who has run away and now is currently partaking in a car chase which Niobe and Ghost are following suit. I gotta say though, in the Matrix Parthenia, this looks far better than, well, the dank, decrepit version seen in Enter the Matrix. God damn, it's been 2 years since I reviewed that. Oh, goodness gracious. But, anyway, this is where you get to use a lot of your, sword attacks, which is pretty cool, and I think the test video that you get for sword combos is actually seen in here. That is if I remember correctly. But of course, Kung Fu works just as well, because combos are fun. Now in terms of attacks, as I don't think we've encountered these enemies, actually no, we have, well, weaker variants mind you. The Vamps, unlike Agents, they take a lot of health, and, it's quite difficult, especially on the 1 difficulty. Then again, most people don't usually get past the security guard mission, so there's that, I guess. But the one thing to notice, and is that they are not immune to bullets, so you can take them down with guns quite easily, as will be detailed in later chapters of the game. So, you should be relatively fine, just as long as you keep on your toes. But of course, they can equip weapons too, so that's another thing to watch out for. I don't really know many enemies that do that, like... the only other ones I can think of are the military who bother to pick up weapons, but not agents, surprisingly, which is weird. I don't know, I guess it's just the enemy programming quirks of the game. Now, another thing to notice is that a lot of these guys like to tag team you. And that's either genius and subtle AI programming, or... cause... the thing of it is that I haven't really noticed many enemies in the Matrix Parthenia, because usually when you're attacking an enemy head-on, they will usually just, you know, wait off while Neo deals with one enemy before another rushes in, but I think it's from the soldiers and the Vamps. They both go in at once and they will destroy you. So I guess they're really the only smart people in the game. And it's weird that agents don't do that, because you'd think that, you know, if they wanted to apprehend a threat, they'd all go in at once, but... then again, this is the one we're talking about here, so I don't think I should be entirely unfair to them. Asian guy, of course, I'm honestly not sure about him. I don't know whether he's stronger or anything, because he's given unusual focus in cutscenes before, and even in the Matrix Reloaded when he's, you know, seen with long hair and looks as if he's supposed to do rather than having Seraph's head model posted on him. I don't know whether or not he's more powerful, or if he's just there because he appeared in the Matrix Reloaded for a few scenes. Which is weird because, like, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but in the beta version of the Parthenia, he still had the long hair model, but in the final build, he looks like Sarah for some reason. I don't know, man, it's just weird.
Woman, you will be the end of me. Mark my words, boy. Mark them well. While you may have bested my lackeys, you will fall to my hounds.
I gotta say though, out of all the Matrix impersonators in this game, I'd say the guy who does the Merovingian gets it probably the closest to his movie counterpart. Like, I mean, even more so than, I think it was either Corey Smith or Corey Burton who does Agent Smith in this game, but, yeah, the guy who does the Merovingian does it surprisingly well. Which is kinda saying something considering this game. But yes, our next objective is to head down into the S&M dungeon, which was last seen in Enter the Matrix, which is, I guess, a nice little continuity nod. If nothing else, because it really didn't appear that much in Reloaded, and even in Revolutions, like, that was more of a nightclub, if anything else. And, yeah, this place used to scare the crap out of me as a kid. well, then again, I think it was probably a little bit more frightening in Enter the Matrix since you actually had victims of the Merovingian blinded and just reaching out asking you to help them. Although, on the bright side, in that game they do apprehend Cain and Abel for you, which is quite nice, all things considered. But, yeah, opening these doors you will find nothing in them. Oh, jeez, excuse me. Pepsi. But of course, like any action game, they are littered with enemies, and I guess these are the hounds who will fall to. Smithers, release the hounds. I like the way Snrub thinks. But yeah, these guys are no issue. It's only when they're in big swarms that you really gotta watch out for them. Killing blow. Oh. Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah, one of the lesser used weapons in this game is probably the axe, or the hatchet looking thing, because the only two feasible places I can see you really using it is the multiple opponent combat training, which was, oh, no, that was the other one. Where Neo basically ripped off Drunken Master and had to beat his high score, which is very video gamey, but, you know. And I suppose here as well, because I don't think you see the hatchet anywhere else in the game. And that killing blow is kind of unspectacular, if you ask me. Oh well. It still kills the enemies, and that's what's most important. Take this! But I suppose one other thing I can bring up before the next cutscene happens is probably that the way I'm going to be recording these, and hopefully this isn't too strenuous on the audio software, is that I'm going to be recording these into smaller parts, but then I'm going to transform and combine them together, so that way when I do the commentary it'll just be a straight thing, but then, you know, the audio software won't shit itself, and then everything will be hunky fucking dory. There's another briefcase. I don't know why the secrets in this game are briefcases, but, you know, shit's gotta be done, I guess. Hello. What orgy have we just stumbled into? Admittedly, if I was invited to such an event, I would be quite honored. I would probably leap on top of such a succubus and... I should probably stop there. It's demeaning against women's, according to several circles of the internet. But then again, we don't know what was going on. It was probably consensual. I can only assume given the whips and chains, and there was probably a safe word, which was, frozen fish? Red pill? I don't know. But anyway, this is really no threat, and this boss battle is just kind of filler until we can meet up with an old friend of ours. And, yeah, which is really fucking weird, so I really have to thank Cross Knights for pointing that out in his playthrough of the Matrix Path of Neo, because honestly, I had never suspected that the key from several missions back was actually this character. Aloft thy mighty shout!
Hey, aren't you? Nice timing, but don't think I owe you anything.
You rude little bitch! After we went out of our way to save you from that guy who sounded like Black Doom with Morpheus' head pasted on him. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time in the Matrix. Actually, no, I'm gonna be continuing this, you dumb fuck. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys listen to this before commentating again.
Ah, here we are. As I said, let us find out where this goes. Let us see if the pawn can reach the far side of the board and save his friends, the other pieces in this grand game. But the game itself is my creation. I am the one with the power here. Behind these doors, you will find the path to your friends. Each door brings you a little closer to your lover. But there are hounds lurking in the halls. Vile things, mists, and nightmares. Now run along, boy. Make your choice.